Greetings, everyone. Welcome back right here on Zimbabwe Daily on our program Meet the Candidate. I am Patience Mashiri. And today, as you know, that it's a few weeks before we get into the next harmonized general elections in Zimbabwe. So it's our mandate to make sure that we invite different political candidates to share their manifestos and what they would be doing in the next election if they make it into the office. So thank you so much for joining us. Please share the live stream and invite others to come and join our live stream and stand a chance to win a t-shirt or a cap. Greetings, Zimbabwe. Welcome to Zimbabwe Daily. On Zimbabwe Daily. Yes, we are back again on our program Meet the Candidate, as we all know that we are in the election season. So today I have a very special guest in the house who is a presidential candidate, and I will let him introduce himself. Thank you so much, President, for coming, and please feel free to introduce yourself.
Thank you, and hello, Zimbabwe. My name is Trust Chikohora. I'm a presidential candidate for Zimbabwe Coalition for Peace and Development, ZCPD. I'm a chartered accountant by profession. I'm a businessman. I'm a business leader. I have been a business leader for many years. I'm past Secretary General of Business Council, and now I'm a politician because I believe that this election is more about the economy of this country. We need to fix our economy and get this country's economy back working again for the benefit of everybody. And I believe that I have the requisite skills, competence, and experience to lead that process of economic prosperity in this nation.
Maybe people would want to know, was it like your passion when you were growing up to become a president or something? Because when I was looking up into you, I realized that you are more of an accountant person, you're more of an economist rather than other things. So people would want to know, what is it?
Okay, yes, that is my profession. I'm a chartered accountant, and I'm a renowned economist in my own right. However, I'm a leader, throughout my life, myself in leadership positions. That's why, even in the world of business, I became the leader of the Chamber of Commerce for the whole country. When we went to the Comesa region, I became leader of the business.
When you were just 36 years old.
Yes, I was president of ZNCC at 35. 36, I was leading the Comesa Business Council, 19 countries. So I think I have a gift of leadership, and I also have trained myself and equipped myself to improve my leadership qualities. Even at church, I am also a church elder. So I always find myself
into leadership
position. I've been a director of several companies and organizations, and I usually end up being the chairman of the board. So I think it shows that I have leadership qualities. Even in politics, I started in politics in my political party, our political party called Coalition of Democrats. Initially, I was Secretary General, and then I became the leader of that party. And now, when we were in Poland, we've created a coalition of parties that were in Poland, which is the Zimbabwe Coalition for Peace and Development. And I was chosen to be the leader of that coalition.
Yeah.
So that's why now I'm standing to be president of Zimbabwe. I think that at this juncture, the most important thing for everybody is the economy. And I think we need a leader who has the capacity to drive the economy. And I think amongst all the presidential candidates, I have the best credentials in as far as the economy is concerned.
Yeah, when you got to talk about economy, you then directed me to my next question. We know that recently there was a report on Afrobarometer where they researched that top 10 things that most of the electorate want is creation of jobs, to make sure that the economy is good, the development of the community. And I think things like drug abuse and something like that, they would want the candidates to address that. So in your first tenure, when you get into office, how are you going to solve issues like that for the young people in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, so let's talk about, I think 3 of the things that you mentioned are to do with the economy. Even the drugs, it's also a symptom of some of the socio-economic problems that we have. So for us, the first thing, we want to create a stable macroeconomic environment. That means a stable currency, because everybody is affected by the currency, stability of the currency. Stable interest rates, stability in terms of prices, and macroeconomic stability in general, so that people can be able to plan, and people know how much things will cost in the foreseeable future. Investors need to know how things will be in terms of value of things to be able to make investment decisions. And that is important. So we will stabilize the economy. We will make sure that there is no printing of money, there is no money supply growth, there is a situation where there is one market for all. There's no parallel market, there's no this official market, there's one market. There's a functional banking system. If you want foreign currency, you can get it from the bank. If you are using local currency, you use local currency. And that's that. So you need to stabilize the economy to create that kind of macroeconomic environment, which enables everything else to thrive. But we have certain key focus areas that we need to focus on because of the competencies that we have here in Zimbabwe. And there are about 5 pillars of the economy. The first one is agriculture. Now, in agriculture, we know that the current government has done the land resettlement program, which is fine. And I have to say that we support that. However, it's not enough just to redistribute land. Now we are at a stage where we need to move a step further and make sure that that land is productive. There's maximum productivity on the land so that everybody has got enough food, and we even have excess for export. So that Zimbabwe can be breadbasket for Africa again. That means we need to bring finality to the land audit process. That means everybody who has a farm should have only one farm, not multiple farm ownerships. Like you saw in the bonus story.
Yeah.
We will not do that. We will make sure one man or one woman has one farm. And if you have one farm, the size of the farm should be such that it is what you are able to utilize. There are people with thousands, hundreds of hectares, and they just utilize 50 hectares or even nothing. We will not have that. We want to make sure that there's production and maximum productivity on the farms. If you can't cope with the size of the farm, you should be left with what you are able to deal with. There are a lot of people who still want land, and there's a lot of land. But people have got multiple farms, and people have got farms that are too big for them. So we are going to right-size that and ensure that those that really need land who are able to produce have it. Furthermore, we are going to make sure that those that are able to farm and that have proven it can get security of tenure, they can get title deed. We move away from the offer letters where tomorrow it can just be taken away from you. If another chef comes, you can just take it, or if you are not toying the party line, you can just get your land taken away. So you cannot invest when you are just have an offer letter. You can only invest when you've got title to land. That's when you can build. That's when you can put dams. That's when you can put irrigation. And even banks, that's when they can lend on a sustainable basis to the farmers. And we move away from just land distribution to actual, what we call agribusiness, so that the farming becomes a business, which is viable, which people can actually get a meaningful employment. And it is done in a proper scientific way, and we maximize production, self-sustenance, export, create foreign currency. You don't have to import food. You don't want people, some of the years, even import this. Importing salsa, that's the most basic. We have no chance of success. So we need to fix the agriculture to move to agribusiness. I say so because most of the people, especially even in even on the farms, so even in communal lands, people need to be assisted to become more active, and so that they sustain their households and to sustain the grain marketing board. That is agriculture. Then the second pillar of this economy is mining. We have vast mineral resources, which we have given fully utilized. Then when we have utilized it, there's no direct benefit to the deals that we do, that have been done by this company. They are not transparent. You don't know who owns what, how is it going, that's if you talk about now, you talk about platinum, you talk about gold, etc. The way we are doing these deals needs to be transparent. Everybody needs to know how to own so much, so that we know as a people we own so much. We see the profits coming from the minerals going to our hospitals, going to our schools, going to our roads. That's when we can start saying benefiting from resources. Companies that do this mining, even procurement, you'll be surprised that they procure most of their things from outside. This government, which ensures that procurement is done as much as possible so that you boost the manufacturing sector here from supplying the big mines. Then you boost downstream industries. You create even SMEs for the youth, for the women, to supply into even the bigger corporates, even in mining. So that can only be done with deliberate policies on local procurement. Even employment. Some of the investors that come here, if you go to the mines, they are taking people from their own countries to do basic jobs. When we have so many qualified Zimbabweans who can work in these mines, in these big corporations, to be able to get gainful employment as our youths come out of colleges, universities, they're just roaming the streets. Some of them end up getting into drugs now, because you can imagine as a graduate, you spend the whole day sitting, you have no hope for the future. What is the next thing that you are going to do? And this affects the drug problem. Even males now, most males now who used to fend for their families are now just sitting at home. The women, they are more creative. They cross borders, they do all this kind of thing. They sell, and they don't mind even selling tomatoes. Some of the men are more, averse to those kind of things. So now you get most of these households are even now being sustained by the women who are running around. But the men get frustrated. There's violence, there's divorce, there's drugs, because of what is happening, social economic problems. So now, when you create investment policies that facilitate investment, you create jobs, you are also solving the other social problems. A lot of people have left Zimbabwe, gone into the diaspora, because they have no hope in this country anymore. There are no opportunities, you see. So you need to create the investment, you need to create the jobs and the opportunities that enable people to stay. Family units are being destroyed because you have even child-headed families. The parents are abroad, or one of the parents is away. Social problems, even HIV, even all these kind of things, that get created. Then the other pillar is to do with manufacturing, which I have talked about, the value chains from agriculture, agro-processing, if it is market gardening, if it is tomatoes, you need to add value. You need to make tomato puree, which is canned, which can be exported. And now you are benefiting and deriving more value from the agricultural produce, for example. If it is mining, we have a lot of gold. We've had a lot of stories, gold being shipped out of the country. Why don't we have a vibrant jewelry industry in Zimbabwe with all this gold that's going all over the world? Well, why can't we have deliberate policies to actually make jewelry here and add value and generate much, much more foreign currency? So this is now in manufacturing, we need the value chains coming from agriculture, coming from mining, beneficiation to produce more valuable products. Then we'll talk about infrastructure, infrastructural development. Look at the road network. Rail, we no longer have any rail. Most young have not been really trained.
Even myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no rail. So what? Most of the country moves on rail. So you saw fuel products that you are manufacturing for the mines should go. This is why our roads are also becoming more and more dilapidated. Which is supposed to be on rail because we don't have rail. So even competitiveness, our products cannot compete with other products simply because of the transport system. Because if you take coal or any other product, move it by road, it will be more expensive by rail. So the country will become uncompetitive. So we will put in place rail infrastructure. We will make sure it's rail infrastructure to move our cargo, to move even people. We have problems with it's now. No viable. We need to have the modern trend is that you should have in the big cities. Modern cities, rail. There will be even rail overhead above the roads, etc. Most of them go to work using the rail. Some even park their cars outside town and access the city using the rail. That's the modern way. That is the only way you can have less traffic and you can deal with these issues of because you need to a lot of people in and out of cities, in the Russian bus, etc. And the only viable and environmentally friendly way to do it is so we will and to move people in the cities, etc. Then finally, the other pillar is tourism. Tourism is one of the wonders of the world, Victoria. But it's amazing why we are not one of the top tourism destinations in the world. One of the 7 best attractions in the world, which we were given by nature. And we are not in terms of tourism destinations of the world. No reason why it should be like that. Package ourselves, we need to rebrand this country to make it a destination. Yes, we need to package our products, package and package. Therefore, even great Zimbabwe, get one name. Zimbabwe. Most people around the world do not know great
Zimbabwe. Yeah.
Because it's an amazing story. You'll be amazed in Egypt there what they derive from the pyramids. Its tourism is probably their top temple for us. But I've been there. I think Zimbabwe looks
It's better.
than the pyramids. Just to give you an example. The package so that we derive value. We need to create infrastructure which adds value for our tourism products, so that when to specific for join and we become a destination of choice. You'll be amazed. Just tourism, the amount of that you can. This is what. So these are the 5 pillars which we believe we will use effectively through policy to get Zimbabwe working again. There are 2 other overarching issues. One is the reintegration of Zimbabwe into the community of nations, to move away from being regarded like a higher state to being considered as a normal nation in the community of nations. And I know the government and etc. And it's not fully strategical in a robust manner. It is done peacefully. We need a holistic strategy, focused and determined, which you do completely every day. Packaging yourselves. You don't need to be scoring of own goals all the time. 2 steps, 3 steps. Just move so that people now want to be associated with you. Other countries want to be associated, so that those that were shunning realize that they can actually get left behind. Start moving with you, because you will be making progress and strides, and everybody will want to be associated with you. And you will create that perception that is not again purpose. So that is a kind of leadership that can drive that kind of agenda, which changes the perception of the country completely. And we believe we can give that kind of leadership. The other one, the last one, is to do with corruption. And we need to get rid of corruption, which has become like a culture in our society. And those that start the culture starts from the top. And drive should come from the leadership of the country to say, in this place, it does not pay any. Now we reward honest hard work. People, Zimbabweans, young Zimbabweans, everybody know that if I work hard, if I apply myself diligently, I have a chance in Zimbabwe. I don't have to be elected. I don't have to be a tender premier or whatever to make it. I can make it just by applying myself fully and doing my bit. I have a chance in this country. Everybody should have a fair chance. We will create that environment to give every Zimbabwean a fair chance in their country. Get rid of corruption. So I think when we address all those things, it will go to address the aspects that you have talked about. which everybody is yearning for, to have a new way of doing things in this country. And I want to say, we have been so polarized in this country along two party lines for the last 20 odd years. And it's been a zero-sum game which helps no one. And we can't afford to continue that same path again. We can't. We have no time. That's why for us, we are advocating for an inclusive campaign, which is all the best that Zimbabwe has to offer from across various parties. The people who are not in politics, who can add value to this, the best that Zimbabwe can offer to lead this country, to move away from this and that. We need each other, or to our positive energy together.
I can see that, President, you already feel like it's your own rally.
Until we begin to work together, this country will never develop. I can tell you.
Very true. Yeah, I was to those who have just joined us, please share this link and make sure that you invite our program with the candidate. We have Trust Chikora, who is also an aspiring presidential candidate. So please send through your messages, send through your questions so that we stand a chance to win a ticket. Maybe, President, I wanted also to ask something. You know, you talked about people voting along party lines. Do you think the electorate is ready for voting a person rather than a political party?
They must be. They want to see development in their lifetime, because these parties, especially the two that they've been voting for the past 20 years, that thing.
In other words, Atina Utungamiri.
It's not me saying this, it is self-evident. The economy does not work. It's in power. At local authority level, MDC, Triple C has been in power for the last 20 odd years. But see, service delivery is critical. Basic things like water. It's just having water coming out of the tap. Actually, most young people don't know that it's coming out of the tap, because when it last came out in town, people dig wells in town. It's not supposed to be like that. And that is MDC you see, which is claiming that they do a good job with government. When you can't do things like water and just those two, they can't. So really, with these two party lines, we belong to this. Truth is that they don't know. That is not me saying so. Look for yourself and see that it doesn't. If you do the same, you come out of 23, you get the same. That. But you need to do something else from what you were doing if you want different results. And that is why we have offered ourselves as an alternative to what is. And we are not even saying we can do it on our own. No. They say they can do it on their own. They can't. Triple C say they can do it. We are the only ones who are saying we need each other. All of us, we cannot do it in that direction. That no, it's not about them, it's about all of us. And they say, come, let us reason and let us move the country together. So we are giving that alternative, and that is the only viable way. And I can tell you, people realize that's the way to go. We will be a vicious cycle. So we owe it to ourselves as a people to do positive for once, to go and to a vision that works, and that is the vision that we are offering.
Yeah, maybe before I read a few questions from the people here who are also watching live on our Facebook, Twitter, and also our uh, YouTube channel. I recently saw, like when I was looking for the person that I was going to interview, I found out that you were also recently, you were once in my community, because I'm also from Chikunguza. You were once in my community, talking about, the sanctions things. What's your view on sanctions?
Go. We don't need sanctions in this country. They are illegal because they are unilateral coercive measures. People in Zimbabwe are suffering because of sanctions. Some might say they are targeted, but they are not, because of sanctions, Zimbabwe has no access to funding from international institutions such as IMF and the other. These institutions are used as benchmarks in the international financial markets. It means once you are blacklisted there, your country's risk profile becomes high. It becomes difficult to borrow from anyone. And if you get any funding, it will be at much higher rates because of the country's risk factor. It means it becomes very difficult to attract foreign investment because your country's risk profile is low. So every Zimbabwean suffers. So the sooner the better it is for everyone. And that is why I was talking about a robust strategy. What I was simply talking about is to get to a point where sanctions will no longer be there.
Yeah. So there's Saybody and Dinbog. I hope I was able to pronounce his name well. He says, "I just wish you can restore Zimbabwe economically. People are suffering." And then there are also mean mean questions. Someone says, "Makaiwana kupi mari yekubhadhara." The other one says, "People labels you as an PF project. What do you think?"
Okay, to see is not new. It's valid. We have people who believe in this vision. You had the other one who was saying, I wish they could know this.
The economy.
There are people who believe in vision, this community. I'm a leader in business, even in professional sectors. Those people will fund it because they believe. So that is how we are. Yeah, that's the The other question is that, people say this kind. Unfortunately, these two party lines that I was talking about, the other colleagues will see that's the only thing that they will say about us. Why don't they say what I'm saying is wrong? What my vision is wrong. Their vision is let's compete. The only thing that they will say is they want to deflect the comfort zone which they are used to. It's still part. Cheating. But I just you guys. That's why it is hard. What it is. Hata ulizojua. Hata ulizojua. Askari wasika
Yeah, so and then I also wanted to ask about the nomination. Were you able to put on MPs in different constituencies?
that issue of resources also came into play because this time the nomination fees were so
High, yeah.
if you were to fill 210 MPs plus the lists presidential, you would need almost $250 million. As we have believe in our vision, and we don't have those kind of
money.
So we had to be strategic and to say, how do we play? How do we become more effective? So we said, let's go for the president. In this country, most of the power rests in the president. Basically, the person who is the president determines the direction that this country is going to go in. And that is why that is the most important election, because it decides which direction we take. And that's why we decided to go for that strategic point of view. And then we have a few we could manage to fill. They're not many. And we say the other most important level is the local authority level, because that is where service is on a day-to-day basis. Now you are able to take a bath in the morning, or you are able to is authority. So one also for the local council.
Authority.
So we have a lot of councillors. The good thing is also so for cost benefit analysis, we have, and from a strategic point of view, we have the presidency largely and largely on our
Authorities.
we have a few on there. But it is not a problem for us. We don't have EMP candidates. From the outset, we have said we want to have an inclusive government.
Yeah.
So we will still have been able to appoint into government MPs from other political parties and people from because we believe there are Zimbabweans who can contribute, who are not necessarily in politics.
I think you're almost wrapping up. So this one says, how does the president get Zimbabweans to vote? How do you think? Because we know if they get 210 votes, they would be lucky in their quest to see a transformed Zimbabwe. Why didn't they not hold hands with those with an actual chance at getting effective votes? I think you also talked about it. But then people would want to know, the electorate, are there any program lined up for them, the campaigns, anything that they would want to follow?
We don't know our coalition. Of course, we've had our party throughout this. This coalition from 16 March. And since then, we have traversed, we have been to all the 10 provinces, introducing the coalition, talking about this. And the response has been great. And now, during this campaign period, we are meeting the people. We've also lined up some meetings and rallies, places that we've identified we are going to be going to, and they will get very good. But we are also active social media. If you go to Facebook.com, CPD 23, you will get to see all the activities happen. Set CPD on Facebook, you will get to see all that. So, and even what we are doing now is part of the whole process. When I came here, I am
Interview.
I to take people because I promised you. So the response is overwhelming. At 2 o'clock, vernacular language station. That's where I'm going at 2 o'clock. Because we are in other untraditional ways through the social circles, through different communities. They are getting to find out. So, August, you read the shocks. You don't take people. I don't want us to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe your last 2 words include the other 11 candidates who you are running against, presidential candidates, and also a message to the electorate.
Say to colleagues that we are all Zimbabweans at the end of the day. Elections come and go. Let us conduct ourselves honorably. Let us conduct ourselves in a peaceful manner. Above all things, let us maintain peace. We only have one country. We cannot afford to destroy our country. All the people that want to vote for us, they want. Let us sell what we can deliver the electorate, but let us not divide people. Let us not cause hatred. Let us preach love and harmony while we sell our different manifestos. Let the people choose
What they want.
who they want. For the Zimbabweans, I say, we are giving you an alternative way to an alternative hope and the future and your children. At the end, it is not a party. It is not about a politician. It is about you and your family, your children and your children. Look at all the candidates. Seriously ask yourself, who will do the best for me, my family? Who can I trust my vote? Your vote is sacred. Do not waste it. Put it on the person that you trust the most to deliver for you. And I'm telling you, out of all these 12 that are currently there, I have the best capacity to deliver for this. And I have the heart to deliver for you. Come August 23, trust, vote, trust, ZPD. Let us build our country together for the benefit of all. I think.
Thank you so much, President, for coming through, and we wish you the best, and we hope to talk again after the 25th of August. Thank you so much, our viewers and followers, for following through the program today on our program Meet the Candidate right here on Zimbabwe Daily, where we're speaking with the presidential candidate. He said, when you go to vote, trust him to be able to hold the future for you. So it's up to you as a voter to go and vote on the voting day and decide what you need. Like you said, make sure that everything that it's all about you. Thank you so much. Until we meet again on our program, Meet the Candidate. Wish you all the best. Remember to go and vote on the voting day and be peaceful. Do not fight each other because of politics. Until we meet again, it's goodbye for now.